Hello YouTube, welcome back to Life in the Left Seat. I am your host, your Captain the Flying Moose, and hopefully we will be good this time, because last night was abysmal, last week was abysmal when it comes to frames and streaming and what have you. The lag issue was terrible, so I'm hoping that it will be much better today. What do you mean we're not in Iceland? Where's... yeah, I didn't change, okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little flustered, things are not quite up to snuff because I'm trying to get this going for the first time after reconfiguring. So yeah, so there's bad information in the thing. I will fix it. I haven't finished updating NightBot because I'm still doing the flight plan. It is what it is. So bear with me. Yeah, so it should work. Let me explain what I discovered. So for whatever reason, after much trying last night, no matter what I did, could not get my stream to go to YouTube without serious drop frames and lag. Still don't know what the problem is. I'm still seeing if anyone will respond to my post on the thing, and I haven't seen it yet. But what I did discover in looking at, I started thinking about something, and I thought, you know what? Let me try streaming to Twitch because I have a Twitch account, and I'll see if it streams fine there, because that will tell me definitively, okay, is it my machine, is it something with OBS, or is it the connection to YouTube? And it streamed to Twitch perfectly. And so I went, okay, well, at least I know it's not me. So the next step was trying to figure out how to solve that problem. Since it's on YouTube's end, I didn't really know how to do that, so I was researching, doing some things, and finally thought, you know what, there's people that stream to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. How are they doing that? Because maybe at least I can stream to Twitch and YouTube and whatever. Yeah, it wasn't lag on FSX. Again, I want to be very clear. The lag wasn't on my end. I wasn't seeing it. I was seeing it in OBS. But I was not seeing it on my system, in my game, whatever game I was playing. So it's not an FSX issue, it's not an American Truck Sim issue, it wasn't even my computer. So anyway, but all that to say, I found a program, or a website, or whatever it is, that basically allows you to, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, allows you to send your stream basically to it, and then it distributes it to whatever streaming services you want. So I could send it to YouTube and Twitch and anybody else at the same time, up to 30, I think, which, that's insane. So I thought, okay, well, let me do that. So I set it up to connect to that, and then set it up to send it to YouTube. So not even sending it to Twitch, just sending it to YouTube, but going through this third party. And my stream uploaded fine. I'm stable at 3,800 kilobits. And no drop frames, which is perfect. So I watched the YouTube of it, and it's streaming to YouTube perfectly. There was no hiccups, no pausing, no lag, no buffering. And I went, okay, so for whatever reason, my computer cannot talk to YouTube directly anymore. I don't know why. I'm sure they changed something. I tried updating Windows, I tried updating OBS, I tried updating everything I could update, nothing fixed it. So, but this did. So that's how we're going to do it, which will also allow us in the future, hopefully soon, to start simultaneously streaming to YouTube and Twitch. So if people have a preference on one or the other, they can pick, and I'll be able to see chat from both and the whole business, and we will do that. But right now we're still just going to YouTube, but I'm using this other third-party software to do that. Again, I don't know what the problem was. All I know is my computer can't talk to YouTube directly anymore. Don't know why. But I can talk to YouTube through another program. I have a mediator to do it for me, and then it works fine. Go figure, I do not know. So, all that to say, now that that's out of the way, let's get started, because already I see the frames seem to be holding very nicely. We're here in Frankfurt at gate A17, Alpha 17. We're going to go to Stockholm Arlanda Airport. That's Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha. And we should have a good flight. It's evening. It's sun's getting ready to go down here, if it's about to here anyway. As it's about 4 o'clock local, my time, but therefore I've set it to 4 o'clock local time here in Frankfurt. So the weather is active, I mean is live weather, but not for the current time. So realistically in Germany right now, it's like midnight, or close to it. And so the weather is grabbing and jumping in for midnight in Germany right now. But we're going to use that weather in this time just so it's not so dark the whole time. And as a special treat, because we're in Germany and because they are leaving us soon, I'm going to show you right now, we are flying Air Berlin livery today as a tribute, as an honor to Air Berlin. We're going to fly Air Berlin to Stockholm. So That's what we're doing today. There's the livery. Nope, it's not Norwegian. This is Air Berlin. It's a German carrier. It's about to go out of business because they've already declared bankruptcy. I believe they end their operations officially at the end of the month or so. They just did a weird kind of dangerous flyby that the authorities are investigating in Dusseldorf. And so, yeah. You had 1 million subscribers. No, I did not ever have 1 million subscribers. I had 1,000 subscribers at one time, and now I have 2,000. I don't think I have a 737 for Monarch. I could look, and we can do a tribute flight for them too. But I think they're already gone. So they're not gone yet, these guys, and so we're gonna do that. All right. So let's find out who's here first of all, and yeah, fly by the tower. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at who's here. We got David is here. Tim, of course, is here. Sebastian, hello, sir. Let's see who else we got. Sean Brosnan is here. NightBot, of course, is here. Flaming Chris is here. Good to see you again, sir. Let's see. Roger Jose Salas once again is here. And that brings up to date. So hopefully we get some more people as they realize that the stream is actually working now, as opposed to being crap, which it was the last 2 times. So apologies again for that. It wasn't me. I didn't know what was happening. We figured it out. But so yeah. Anyway. Okay. All that out of the way. Let me go back to. I just picked up the flight plan here. Let me bring that up for you guys to be able to see. So you can, that's very helpful. There we go. Okay, so here is our flight plan in SimBrief. Once again, I don't, honestly, I didn't have time to look up what Air Berlin's thing is, so I just made up a 3-digit identifier. We're flying Flight 526, which is a number I just made up off the top of my head. It's a 737-800, flying from Frankfurt to Arlanda. Our alternate is Echo Sierra Kilo November, which I'm going to look up in a second and find out what that is, because I don't off the top of my head know. So we'll find that out. Flying at flight level 370 today. Airtime is going to be about 1 hour and 54 minutes, so right around 2 hours total in the air. Block fuel we're going to need is 18,214 pounds. Our zero fuel weight is 126,100 pounds. We've got 130 people on board today. 10 of those are in first class, whatever that defines as. I thought Air Berlin was a budget carrier, so I was surprised to see it had split class, but whatever. I'm not going to argue the point. And then our routing is this guy here. It's the Maroon 9, or Maroon, I guess, 9 Delta departure to Maroon, Yankee 150 to Tolgi, direct to Salo, direct to Vibar, whatever that is, Zulu 227 airway to Nilug, and then the Nilug 1 Sierra is arrival into Arlanda. And as I look at the weather here, I will confirm if I am going to be using these or not. I haven't had a chance to really do that yet, so we will find out. SimBrief was recommending that we were going to be taking off on 7 right out of Frankfurt and probably landing on 8 in Arlanda, but I need to look at the weather and see if that is realistic or not. Right, Nicholas Hughes. No, I have not done that. Well, I have not done that yet. I may do that, but I generally fly as a captain, not as the first officer. So that's why, and that's where the left seat is. So anyway, can you fly the Norwegian 737 MAX from province of China? Well, I don't have a 737 MAX, so no. With the taxiways. Your best friend there is going to be Google. For the U.S., you can find a lot of them just by going to airnav.com. They have most of them for the U.S. When it comes to Europe, it gets a little more tricky. Your friend there might be, what do you call it? VATSIM. The various VATSIM ARTCCs generally have a lot of chart stock of stuff that'll have airports and departures and SIDS and stuff like that. Sorry, SIDS and stars, and so you might check them out. But yeah, it's kind of a hodgepodge when it comes to finding airports outside the U.S. Like I said, AirNav is a good source for that. SkyVector might have some of that. I don't know how much they have charts besides just the blanket VFR and IFR high-level, low-level charts, but it's worth a shot. So skyvector.com or .net. I can't remember if it's skyvector.net or .com. I think it's .com. Airnav.com, or look on VATSIM for the ARTCCs that you are searching the airport for. Let's see. Fuel today, we're going to be about, let's see, 3, 5, 7, 6, right about 6,000 pounds for reserve fuel today is what we're going to be needing. Let's look at our route map here. I clicked it. There we go. All right, so here's, let's see, this is ESKN. So, Skavista Airport. Sure. That's where we should be going here. What's they're saying for the weather in Arlanda right now? We're looking at winds out of 050 at 8 knots. Visibility is clear, broken at 4,000. Temperature forward 2.2, QNH 1023, and no significant weather. So based on that, I can see why they would give us runway 8. So that's probably what we will do. We'll look at the forecast on that too. We'll see. Yeah, I just had to see the United 747s go. That is a tragedy. I'm going to miss them. Let's see. We don't know if it was Illuminatis or not. It was. We got around the Illuminatis though. I outsmarted them, and so there you go. So this is our route, relatively straightforward, right up out of Germany here and into Stockholm. From one motherland to another, because I'm half German and half Swedish. So this is a culture flight for me. I do have an Airbus, but it's not very frame friendly, and until I get my other system up and running, I'm probably not going to use it too much. But yeah. Speaking of which, I have been doing a lot of research on my upgrade, and I think that's going to be happening soon. So hopefully that just improves things around the board. I'm going to download this so I can put this into my weather software right quickly. Guys, don't piss off the NightBot. Alright, move that back over there, and where's my weather? Flight plan, load. Where are you at? EDDF. There you are. Alright. 40% German, huh? Wild Cheetah, I am doing very well. How are you, sir? Alright, let's see if this gives me any different weather ideas than what they just gave me. So the expected weather in about an hour and 40 minutes from now at ESSA is actually, oh yeah, same thing, 050 at 8. Broken 4,000, yeah. So, okay. So they're expecting the same thing that they are, so that's good to know. So yeah, we'll probably be looking at runway 8. That'll be fine. Good. I like that. I like when everything NightBot is triggered. I like that. For a heritage flight, yeah. Okay. So let me get back in here. I need to set the fuel before we go too far into our calculations. Not there. Fuel. So fuel is supposed to be 18,000 and something. When I open this back up here, I will know. 18,214. There it is. 18,214. Plop that in there. There we go. And we're going to go back. Payload's already set. Ground connection set. Doors. Let's, oh, you know what? Let me close this. And then we need to summon one, of course. How could we not? Let's see. Request boarding. Let's see what my options are here. I haven't flown in so long, I feel like I'm out of practice. What the heck? Oh, they just showed up. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, Fraport. Okay. So they're here. Let's do Control J. And let's open our cargo doors. Cargo. There we go. Okay. Now, just push the things I don't want to push. Okay. Can you do a face reveal someday? I've done a face reveal. I have to do it with a picture that I have because I don't have a camera yet. So, whoa. Wow, this place just lit up. Okay. If you guys are wanting it, I can do it again on this flight. Once we get in the air, I can pull that up again and show you what I look like, my ugly mug. And that's fine if you guys want that. Let me turn on the seatbelt signs. We got emergency power. The exit lights are armed for that. Air is running through the cart. We got the... Are you coming? Slow jetway. Bird thong? Why is a bird thong a code for bird strike? Continue browsing YouTube. Well, thank you, Wild Cheetah. I appreciate that. I had time. I thought that was real address. I just made it up. Request crappy catering. Yeah. Okay. So come on. Any day. Jeepers. Yeah, it is. Baxter Cat, hello. Welcome back to a stream where the frame rates actually work. The frame rates work and the points are made up. Do it again. Do what again? The 1 horsepower jetway. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness! It's like watching paint dry. Here it goes. Nope. No, oh, getting closer. Closer. The YouTube jetway. Yeah, exactly. Caption. All right, that actually closed that off nicely right there. That was kind of cool. All right, so now we can finally open the stupid door. All right. Let's see if they actually start coming on board. Hey, look at that. Okay. Huzzah. Let's get this puppy set up and ready to fly. Check those guys. Yaw damper's going to come on. These guys are set to both. And we'll check our crossfeed valve here. Good. And transit. And should close in a second. Good deal. Fuel pumps are off at the moment. That's good. All the settings are on here. Let's check our battery voltages. 28 volts. We've got ground power, 115 volts AC, 67 amps, 402 cycles. And that looks good. Put that on standby power for now. Guards are closed. Ground power is active. Bus transfers are as they expect to be. Circuit breaker lights to on. Cooling is normal. Exit lights are armed. Seatbelt sign is on. Wipers are parked. Let's turn on the window heat. Pitot tubes will stay off for now. Hydraulic panel will stay off for now. And recirc fans are on. Packs are off. ISO valve to auto. And bleeds are off at the moment. We're going to be going up to 37,000 feet, so we will set that here. Too far. There we go. And our altitude is already set there. Position lights, nav lights are on. We'll go ahead and turn our logo light on because it is dark outside. And we want people to see our pretty plane. Pretty plane. Alright. Main panel lights on, and I'm going to turn the back lights on a little bit because it is going to be dark today. So we'll get those up maybe about noon or so. We'll do the same thing with this guy here. About to noon. Let's do a light test. Okay. And checking our lighting panels. Excellent. Yes, hello, Juanita. I swear that's what it sounds like he's saying. By the way, where's Juan? I'll show you where Juan is. He's sitting out in the tug right now. He's had a nice vacation after the 2 weeks we haven't essentially flown because of streaming and other issues. And all the lights are looking good there, so we're going to go ahead and cancel the light test. Do we have the ability this? Yes, we do. Okay, good. That makes me happy. Just like knowing I can do it. Okay. Coming down the line here. Flaps are 0 as they should be. We need to do our fire test. Good deal. And we'll do our cargo fire test. And it's a good test. Let's go ahead and get our panel lights on there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn our flood just a little bit. I don't want to blind myself. We're going to set 0526 just for funsies as our thing there. And as soon as we... one's still October. Yeah, so there's one right there. He's sitting in the tug. He's getting ready. He's keeping nice and cozy, warm in the tug there. We need to go ahead and initialize our FMC here. So we did just update the air rack data today, so we're on 17.11. So we are all up to date, so that's good. Yes, go away. Next page, GPS. Boom. We are at Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot. And we are at gate A17. I'll see if it'll take it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, it does. Look at that. Alright. Alright, EDDF to ESSA. It's funny, I just came from working on computers this afternoon at ESSA. One S short. Right. Alright, so let's look at the departure here, which is the... what departure again? I need to see that again. The Maru 9 Delta. Okay. So pull that up on my little tablet here. Make sure this is going to be what I want before I put it in. Maroon 5 Delta. Well, I see a Maroon 5 Sierra. Oh, there's 5 Golf. There's a lot of these. Good grief. Although I'm not seeing the 5 Delta. This is a little distressing. Yeah, where's... did I see that right? Oh, 9 Delta. It helps if I can read. You guys are probably yelling at me in the thing. It's 9, you moron! There you go. Okay, there it is. Let's pull that up and see what this entails. Okay, so taking off of 7 right. Let's see, going up to... oh, okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, so I'll brief that over with you guys in a moment, but for right now, let's just get this in here. So we're going to take 7 right, and we're taking the 9 Delta. No transition to our route next. Next! And then bring up our route again over here. Alright, so Yankee 150. 50 to Tolgi, T-O-L-G-I. T-O-L-G-I. By the way, Tim, I got that approach brief article you sent me. That's really nice reading. So I'll try to implement some of that today. I just read it this morning. We'll see how much of it I can get in today and just help refine my approach brief. But thank you for sending that. Salo, S-A-L-L-O. S-A-L-L-O. Is a mess about. Yeah, that's for sure. There are a billion possibilities. V-I-B-A-R. V-I-B-A-R. And then Z227. Z227. To N-I-L-U-G. N-I-L-U-G. Alright, that brings us to our arrival. And we're supposed to be doing the Milieu 1 Sierra into runway 8. So let's go ahead and look at 8. I guess 8 is just a localizer approach, looks like. That's fine, I don't really care. NUL1 Sierra, yep, that's our guy. And I guess transition is going to be our Lambda VOR, so we'll do that. Alright, we'll activate that. Go to our legs page, make sure we don't have any discontinuities, which we do. So we're going to take that and go there, execute that. Alright. And then let's go ahead and look at our thing in plan mode here. And we'll step through this and make sure we're doing what we think we're supposed to be doing. So you step, up to the end of our, there's the end of the SID, and then we're going straight line, basically, Teb. Oh, I see, we come over the thing there. Oh, that's interesting. And then back in again. Okay. It's kind of a weird, okay. Sure. Okay. We'll see. That'll be fun. Okay. So, go back out of plan mode. Now that that is set up, we can go ahead and test our TCAS, because that guy's on now, so that'll do its thing. And while that is happening, hello Venom Vlogs, by the way. I think I missed saying hello to you when you came on a while ago. Wonderful. Let's see, go back to initial ref. So zero fuel weight is 126.1. Reserves, I said, we're going to be 6 even. Cost index is going to be 80. Flight level is going to be 370. Transition altitude, let's see, what was it for Frankfurt here? Let me see if I can get it. I think it's 5,000, but I want to find out for sure. Yep, 5,000. All right. 5,000. I'm not going to do rate today. We're just going to go. We're just going to go. Flaps 5 departure. Trim will be 4.44. And it looks like our V speeds are 136 V1, 138 VR, 147 V2, which makes V2 plus 15. 162. So set that there. Initial climbs looks like it's supposed to be 5,000, so I'm going to set that at least initially right there. Do we actually have a climb restriction besides the initial climb? Doesn't look like it. Actually, I don't see any speed or altitude restrictions, so that's nice. So it's just the initial climb clearance is 5,000, so we'll set 5,000. And I'm going to set, until I know it for sure, I'm going to set 70 as the runway heading, and then we'll refine it when I get it. Refine it when I get it. Alright. Okie dokie. So that is all set up. Ready to go. Our people are on board, so let's go ahead and close the doors. So that way they're all tucked in nicely. Let's go to menu, FSX, no, wrong thing, FS actions. Doors, that's what I want. Close the door. And close the cargo doors, please. Yeah, do that, okay. Okay, so that's all set. I'm going to go ahead and now turn on the APU because we're going to be getting ready to go here in a moment. So we'll start that. Oops, I want the aft pump. There we go. And I also want to do this, and as subsequently that, and that. There we go. Get those stupid menus and things out of my face. Okay, APU is starting up. Good deal. Go ahead and back the jetway away at this point, so it can start coming back. And we need to do our, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't test the oxygen. There we go. Oxygen test, good. Let me pull up my checklist here, so we can go over our start checklist. Gravity, how's it going? Can you change the time because it's midnight here in Germany? No, I know it's midnight in Germany, but I don't want to fly in the dead of night for the entire time, so that's why the time is what it is. I'm aware of what it actually is. But. Okay, so let's see, is the APU's coming online? Let's go ahead and set the bleed for the APU, and we'll go ahead and turn the packs on at that point for that. And that's ready to go. And I'm also going to turn on, I don't know why I didn't, well, I guess I didn't really feel like I needed it earlier, but we'll turn the dome light on at this point. Okay, pre-flight check. Oxygen is tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches are normal and auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode selector is set to auto, which it is. Flight instruments. Heading is 288, and that matches the compass. And the altimeter, you know what, we didn't get the current altimeter settings. Let's get that real quick, so we need to make sure that's correct for the ATIS.
Frankfurt Airport Information Hotel, 1633 Kilo, wind calm, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions, few clouds at 300, temperature 6, dew point 6, altimeter 3000, ILS, runway 7 left, visual, runway 8 right.
Alright. 3000, that's nice and easy. Oops. 0, 0. Okay, so we got roughly 370 on the pressure altimeter there. Parking brake is set, and engine start levers are cut off. Alright, so let's take a look at the departure brief here. So we just got the weather there from what's her names, and let me just make sure this matches. Essentially, yes it does. By the way, let me just make sure this, no, not that. Hectopascals, yep, okay, good. Yeah, so the current weather here in Frankfurt, we're looking at basically wind calm. This says variable at 1 knot, but essentially wind calm. Visibility is greater than 10 miles. Looks like might have a, well, looks like becoming some fog eventually here, because we're kind of like right on the edge here, because we hit the dew point. So we got few clouds at 300, and we got broken at 22,000 apparently, so way up there. Temperature 6, dew point 6. Essentially the fog's going to be rolling in here. And then QNH is 1016 or 3000 inches, but no significant weather. So they're taking off on the runway 7s, and so we're going to be taking 7 right is going to be the plan. It's going to be a flaps 5 departure, and that is already set up there. I need to find my little sheet here. To get to yonder runway, pull up my chart here real quick for the airport, see what's going on. Because we're over on Alpha 17, so to get to 7 right, this does not have taxiway numbers on it. Where's my taxiway map? One of these had... No, don't do that. Dumb, thank you. Airport briefing, airport... Oh, taxi chart, there we go. That's what I want. Hans Vincent G. Ortiz, hello sir. When will we be flying in real time? Okay, we're going to be taking basically November 8 out of the ramp to Lima. We'll take Lima all the way down to Yankee, Yankee to Yankee 1, and that will take us to 7 right. So that's going to be our taxiway path there. Our departure is pretty stinking simple today. We're going to take the Maroon 9 Delta out of runway 7, which basically calls for a fairly immediate left turn to heading 356. No, sorry, that's the other one. Not a fairly immediate. We're going to climb runway heading for a little bit, basically until we pass the Frankfurt NDB. We do want to be a max of 220 knots at that point, and then we turn left to 022 degrees, to head up to the Metro VOR, and from there we'll turn left again to 350 to Tobak, and then to Prox, and then to Maroon. There are no altitude or speed restrictions after the initial Frankfurt. Hang on. Shut you up. Okay. There are no speed or altitude restrictions after the initial speed restriction at the Frankfurt NDB, so that's going to be pretty simple there. We do have the obvious speed restriction of max of 250 knots below 10,000 feet, and our initial climb clearance is up to 5,000 feet today. Let's see, it looks like for MSAs for the area, for where we're going to be going, direct out to the east, MSA is 3,500 feet, and then To the north, we've got an MSA of 4,300 feet. We shouldn't actually be crossing into that area until we're well above that. So we should be okay. Actually, until we're beyond that that 25 miles from the airport or whatever that is. So we'll essentially use the 3,500 MSA as our reference. If we do need to abort the takeoff, abort and come back to the runway after V1, we'll go ahead and make a right turn as opposed to the left turns to come back around for a right-hand pattern into runway 7 right again, just like where we landed, and come back. If anything happens before V1, we will go ahead and chop the throttles and stop on the tarmac, or sorry, stop on the runway and taxi off at that point. Okie dokie. Any questions? Alright, so moving on. Let's go back to the 4-star checklist. And while we're doing the 4-star checklist, I'm going to call them to get in position for pushback departure. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Why not? I don't think we need it, but it's 6 degrees. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. So we're going to have them come de-ice us for a moment here, so we'll just do that. Is that day of real life flight levels? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yes, Backstreet is correct. Let's get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your name will pop up. I'll give you kudos. Alright, 4-star checklist. Flight deck doors closed and locked. Fuel is 18.2 thousand pounds. Checked. Left and right there. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. MCP is V2. We have 162 for V2 plus 15. Heading is 70, which is actually not correct. That's what we needed to find the...
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Sure. Fluid type 2, I guess.
We begin treatment now and observe fluid type 2. Concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
Wonderful. You do that. Okay. 68 is our correct heading there for the runway, so we'll set that there. Okay. So yeah, so we have V2 is 162 plus 15, heading is 68, and altitude initial is 5,000. Takeoff speeds is gone. There we go. 136 for V1, 138 for rotate, and 147 for V2, and then 162 for V2 plus 15. CDU pre-flight has completed. Rudder and aileron trim is free and 0, as evidenced back there. And taxi and takeoff briefing is complete. Anti-collision light 2 on. Alright. Do you use default FSX and... wait, default... I don't use the default 737, if that's what you're asking. I do use this PMDG one, because the default one is inferior. Okay. So they're de-icing us. I gotta wait for them to finish. So we'll sit here for a second and contemplate the meaning of life. So, oh yeah, good point. It is Steam Edition. It's not time of flight, like time in flight, or the current time is 1642 Zulu, which essentially is supposed to be 4. Wonderful. I know this already. Wonderful. Be gone. It's essentially 4:40 or so local time, PM. If that helps. Best Tuto is This is FSX. I will be doing more P3D once I finish upgrading my system, which will happen soon, hopefully. Okay, can we prepare now for... Yes, wonderful. So what are we waiting for now? Apparently for them to be gone. Oh, there we go. Alright, so with where we are, we want to go to nose to the right.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Oh. Okay, fine. Very well. Give him cake chew. Alright. 42. Oh. Nicholas Hughes. Well done. Well done. That even threw me off for a second. But yes, if you're familiar with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So, well done. No, but I guess I should do that, huh? What is that? There we go. What is the appropriate time that you're allowed to sit there de-iced before you have to de-ice again? I'm not up on my icing regulations when it comes to de-ice fluid. Alright. Come on, Juan, let's get us going. Oh, you know what? I didn't put in the... You're gonna get a weird message from that. While we're pushing back, let me get NightBot set up with the route, because I didn't do that. That's my bad. That's my bad. Stand by. Stand by alert. NightBot. Log in. That was confusing. Yeah, no, that's my fault. It's not NightBot's fault. Let's see. Are they waiting for me? Oh. Well, oh, no, I know what they're waiting for. Dang, damn it. Okay. I know what they're waiting for. They're waiting for me to take that stuff off. Whoa. There we go. Okay. Now. There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Route. We're not doing that. We need to do...
Departure check completed. Flight cockpit inserted. Release parking brakes.
To ESSA and... Parking replaced.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Unsat indeed, Tim. Unsat indeed. Okay, let's see. Route. No, don't do that. Okay, copy. Paste. Let's kick out the directs, because that's dumb. And there we go. And then it's that. Level 370. Oh, and it's a Boeing 737-800. Submit. Okay, NightBot should be correct on the route now, I believe. So try it one more time. Ooh, pretty. I love the over-pixelated Lufthansa logos here. That's nice. Did we do it? Oh, I did it the wrong way. I thought we were facing the... I guess not. That's my bad. I was turned around from where I thought we were. Okay, fine. Well, I feel stupid. Okay. Yep. Well, maybe he'll push me out far enough. We'll see. You can do it, Juan. Just keep going. That's hilarious. Yep, I was turned around.
Set parking brakes.
Nope, you didn't go that far. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so push is complete, so let's go ahead and start our engines at this point. So we'll go packs off. Nope, those are recircs, sorry. Packs off. And fuel pumps to on. Do we have anything in the center tank? Yeah, we do. Andrew the Gamer Boy, hello sir, welcome to the stream. Nice, Hans, nice. Alright, fuel on number 2.
Unlocking gear.
Yeah, one pushing Stockholm.
Truck disconnected. Line must be removed.
Thanks, Juan. Thanks for the push. Alright, starter cut out on number 2. Let's go ahead and start number 1.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
We're flying the Boeing 737 in Air Berlin colors in honor of their impending doom. Fuel on number 1. Venom blocks. I know. We could have just one. I guess we could have one just push this all the way there, but might be a problem when we get to the ocean. Might be a little bit of a problem. Quentin, how's it going, sir? Welcome back to the stream. Alright, looks like a good start on number 1. Starter should cut out any second. There it goes. And starter cut out on number 1. Go ahead and put the packs back on. We'll put the hydraulics back on. Pitos can come on. Fuel pumps are all on. We'll switch over to generators. And with that, we can turn the APU off. Set RTO. Trim needs to be 4.44, if I do recall correctly. Yes. So that is going to look to be about there or so. Flaps will come down to 5. Let's check our flight controls. 2 up, 1 down. 2 up, 1 down. 2 down. 2 up. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Flight controls are good. Switch that back to engines. Turn our taxi light on. And I'm going to turn our dome light to off. Oh, there's my yaw damper on. What happened to you? Okay, we're going to have to do a little end around here. Let's make sure that's not going to do anything funny. Good, okay. Alright, yeah, we'll be at TeamSpeak going in a bit. Remember, I like to get up in the air with this one before I do that, so... Please don't crash into the deck. Good, okay. Stay. Alright, taxi checklist here. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Yes, it is. Good deal. Anti-ice. Let's go ahead and... Where's my anti-ice? Deal with that in a moment. Try to stay on the taxiway first. First and foremost. Isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches to continuous. Recalls checked. No lights. Auto brakes RTO. Engine start levels are set. Idle tent, yes. Flight controls checked and ground equipment's clear. Yeah. Flaps are set 5 green light, and stabilizer trim is 4.44. And it looks like all of the taxiway indications are different now. That's very helpful. So I believe this is essentially Lima in what I'm thinking it's supposed to be. So we're going to take this because this is where I think we're supposed to be going. Puerto Rico in the house. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. I will be your friend. The recent issues with the lag have not been friendly to my subscriber count, so we need to try and resurrect that. Someone's landing right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air Berlin Flight 526 to Stockholm's Arlanda Airport. Hope you enjoy your trip with us today. Time en route today is going to be about just under 2 hours flight time, and we'll be flying at flight level 370, that's 37,000 feet. Weather should be pretty good en route, and also as we get into Stockholm, so we shouldn't have any issues there. Please obey all flight attendant instructions, sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. We'll see you in Stockholm. Ooh, Lufthansa, A340, look at that. Alright. Nicholas Hughes, what on earth are you spouting on about? I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. Let's set this to transponder mode. That's not what I want to do. Over there. Over there, that's what I want. Santiago, how's it going, man? Good to see you again. Alright, so coming, should pass runway 7 left, and then we're gonna go down what is supposed to be Yankee. I don't know what it's actually going to be in the game. We'll find out, I guess, shortly. The light's doing some fun things there. That was exciting. Just keep swimming. Seven minutes till you time out. Okay, so basically 20 minutes is my allotment, if I'm understanding you, Tim. Who's that over there? It's like Jordanian. Don't know why, but it's always fun watching people who fly other airplanes. I usually see. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad I can provide that different perspective for you there, Andrew. Yeah, Nicholas, I don't understand what you're saying, so I don't know what is going on there. Alright, so there's the end of the runway, so we're looking for a taxiway after this. We'll turn. It would appear so, yeah. It would appear so. Gemini Jets! Good to see you, sir. Oh, I got you. Yeah, so we're fine. Yeah, because current weather isn't really... It's 6 degrees Celsius, so we're still 6 degrees above freezing. So we should be good. I do want to know, though... oh, there we go. There's anti-ice. Okay, so... So they call it Alpha. Nowadays it's Yankee. Whatever. Oh, sorry, we're on Alpha. It's Whiskey. Which is nowadays Yankee. Cray cray. All right, so those of you in chat, any of you played the new that Airport CEO game? All right, Hans. Yeah, I'll be on TeamSpeak here in a little bit once we get out of here. Nice. Yes, Charlie. Oh, they extended the runway at one point. Okay. So we're actually going to go down here so we don't... Actually, no, wait. I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go down this one. No. Don't get excited. Since today yeah, the description is wrong. I'll fix it once we get in cruise here. I just want to get off the ground. It's a holdover from the last flight I did. So I forgot to update that. As I explained in my my intro monologue, I was kind of trying to do 1,500 things to get this off the ground today, so... yeah, it actually is a fun game. It's actually pretty addicting. So, so yeah, if you haven't already, check it out. It's probably it's only like 15 or 16 bucks. It's pretty cheap as games go. So, it is pretty fun. All right, here we go. Just to be safe, we are going to go ahead and turn on our de-ice. And we'll stop here for a second as I crank on my traffic advisory, making sure we don't... oh, we do have someone coming in. See, that's why we check. Looks like we had someone coming in. They landed on the other runway, maybe? Oh, yeah, they're coming on the other runway. Okay, we're good. We're good. Alright, so let's get a move on. Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad idea, actually. It's not a bad idea. Landing lights coming on. Switch it over to strobe. So I go off the runway for stupid reasons. I thought it was still turning, it was not. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we be ready. So I'll go ahead and get my position here. Takeoff power set.
V1, rotate. V2.
You're up. See downtown Frankfurt off the left there. VNAV at this point. And that's the center pumps. Ooh. This mark can fly off the side there. There's downtown Frankfurt. Altitude there, we're going to go ahead and bring it up to 37,000 feet. Alright, a beautiful Frankfurt, Germany in the night. Go ahead and start our turn over to the next waypoint. That's transition altitude, so we'll go standard. Alright, Baxter Cat. I don't know how much longer we're in Europe until I get sick of it, I guess, maybe. There's still a lot of places we haven't gone yet, so. Alright, flaps 1. Flaps up. Oh, I'll bet. Yep, goodbye, Germany. Auf Wiedersehen. I'm glad you are, Baxter Cat. I'm glad you are. Enrich16, how's it going? To visit PewDiePie, that's right. He's Swedish. It's good to be back with acceptable frames, Enrich. Thank you. There is 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. Go ahead and engage the autopilot. Go ahead and turn the gear off. Start switches to off. And we'll go ahead and kill the, kill the anti-ice at this point. No, off. There. Anti-ice can go off. Alright. And I want this. What are you doing? Alright, as we bank away from Germany. I thought PewDiePie was Swedish. Maybe, is he Swedish, he just lives in England? Is that the thing? Or, I don't know. Back North America, I think it'd be cool if you then went on to the next continent. Yeah, so we are going to kind of work our way back toward North America. We're not going to go straight back, like back across the Atlantic. I think I've decided we are going to go hop over to, down to India. Yeah, packs are on. Yeah. No, they're not. Well, the bleeds are off. That's the problem. Good call, Tim. Good call. Let's see. We are going to head out toward like India area, and then Southeast Asia. Hit some Southeast Asia, and eventually Tokyo and stuff like that. Japan area. and then I think head over to Hawaii, and then from Hawaii hit back to North American continent. And then eventually, yeah, we should go down to South America for sure. That'd be fun. But, so yeah. Well, Andrew the Gamer Boy, I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for subscribing. I try to interact as much as I can, because that's why I do this. That's what makes it fun. So, I appreciate that. The auto brakes are still RTO, but yeah, they can go off. Yeah, actually, if I had done the after takeoff checklist, I would have seen that. Engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up and off, and flaps up no lights. So, yeah, so those are all taken care of now. We are climbing quite nicely through 16,700 feet as we continue our journey. Let's go ahead and get TeamSpeak on. So for those of you that want to join on TeamSpeak, you will be able to do so momentarily once I boot it up here. Stand by for that. Not now, please. Connect. Connect.
Connected.
Da, 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 da. Live stream. Oh, there's already people in live stream 3. Is that looks like us though? So I'm gonna go there. Switch channel.
Switched.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing over here in TeamSpeak?
I'm fine.
Wonderful. American Aviator. Yeah, we just jumped on a TeamSpeak. So if you're in here or you're gonna get in here, come on in. You'll notice American Aviator's icon. It looks a little different. It's because he is a not a subscriber. What's the word?
That's me.
Yeah. There's another word for it. Sponsor. There it is. Thank you. And so you can do that too. It's a cost, so you're not you're not required to do that, but I would appreciate it. It helps support my channel. And if we get enough people to do that, I can start making custom emoticons that you guys can use. So that can be fun if you're into that sort of thing.
So how you been, Moose?
I have been well. I was really frustrated last night with the stream because we had the lag issue again like we had last Thursday. But thankfully I was able to find the workaround for it, so we are good to go now.
What was wrong with it?
Well, I still don't really know what the problem was. Basically, anytime I connected directly to YouTube through OBS, it was dropping frames like crazy. I mean, I was getting my KBS stream is set to 3500, and it was going as low as 70, and only as high as like 800. It was terrible, and so I found this site. Basically,
right?
What was that?
That's a Wi-Fi issue, right?
It was not, because I could stream to Twitch and it was perfect. So it was. That's when I realized it wasn't my system. It wasn't OBS. It was something to do with OBS connecting to YouTube. And so, so what I did is I found a website that talks about how you stream to multiple platforms at once. And so this site allows you to basically uplink to it, and it distributes it to the various services you want to stream to. So I'm not currently streaming to YouTube. I'm actually currently streaming to that service, and that service is sending it to YouTube on my channel, and that solved the problem. So basically, getting a mediator in there fixed it. I don't know why it shouldn't, but yeah. So
what's the mediator costing you?
It's free actually.
That's amazing.
I know. They have other things you can pay for to like spiff up your channel, but if you don't need that, then it's free. Let me find the name of that program here real quick. It's in my bookmark, so stand by. Let's see what that is, because as soon as I see it, I'll go, oh yeah. Bookmarks. It is restream.io.
Oh yeah.
Restream.io. So yeah, Santiago, it does say I'm flying the MD-11. Let me change that because I was going to do that once we got into the takeoff here. So let me fix that. We are not flying the MD-11. We are flying the Boeing 737-800, not 8,000, 800. There we go.
So that restream is just so you can do it to multiple platforms.
That is correct. And so, but by doing that, it solved the problem. Even though I'm only still streaming just to YouTube. Passengers on board Air Berlin from Frankfurt to Stockholm. And that should say EDDF. There we go. Okay, I think that is now correct. So it should update that in a little bit. It's, yeah. Okay. Okay. So in a little bit that should update correctly. It will now say 737 going from Frankfurt to Stockholm as opposed to Reykjavik to, yeah, Reykjavik, Keflavik, whatever, to Frankfurt. So, yeah. Because he's a special hailstone. I don't know what that means. Alright. Climbing through 25,000 feet. Everything's looking good. Looking beautiful. So
just for your file, you took off on your whole overtime at 1938.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. So, because I didn't reset that. So, I'll make a note.
No, I mean, that's the time between the ice and the time that you start your takeoff roll.
Right, no, I understand what you're saying. So 19 minutes from the de-ice start time to the takeoff roll was 1938, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. I'm just
You've
doing...
been airborne for 12 minutes.
Yeah, I'm writing that down, so I'm just going to leave the clock going, and that way I can just subtract that from the overall time for the airborne time.
Copy that.
Yep. Cool deal. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
So we got a little bit of weather coming up here. We're going to skirt right around it, so that will not be a problem. At least it shouldn't be.
You have a radar?
I do, right over here. I took your advice. I've got weather radar on the right and traffic on the left.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, at this point now, I want to cycle this out. So
You want to know what I do when I'm flying this in?
sure.
I'll take the, the lower DU selection switch above the,
Oh, and have that.
your nav display.
Oh, and have it.
Flip that to the right to ND, and it'll move that over down to the pedestal.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That way you can zoom in a little bit more.
Yeah, get a little better view of it. Nice. Clever, clever. Alright, so guys, for those of you that are in chat now, how has your week been thus far? Mine, as I explained yesterday on the stream, has been very good until yesterday's stream that screwed me up. But it's all sorted out now, so that's happiness. But how are you guys doing? How's life?
Well, I'm doing fine. I just got back yesterday from Anchorage
Okay.
on a DoD charter, and then I don't know why, but I got up at 4:30 this morning and was wide awake, so I did a VAT sim from Fort Lauderdale to JFK in the Boeing 717. That was uneventful.
Nice. Is that the TFDI?
Yeah, from
Cool. That's fun.
glad to see you back, though. I was worried about you.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad to be back. It's been a busy. The last weekend was insanely busy. I was all over the place between going to the Bay Area and the air show thing, and we had a Fresno State game that night that me and a friend went to. So we actually got really good seats to that game. We were on the visitor side, but we were basically 50-yard line front row.
There you go.
And I was like, oh, these are awesome seats. All right. And we destroyed New Mexico, 38-0. So.
Hey, speaking of New Mexico, did you see the American Truck Simulator preview of the New Mexico scenery?
I did. I looked at it last night because you had mentioned that yesterday, and I was looking through some of that. It looks beautiful. Oh, man.
Yeah, they did some work.
Yeah, they did. So I can't wait for it to come out. It'll be nice. Tis been swanky, huh, Nicholas Hughes? All right. You got to fly in your first Airbus on Saturday. Okay. What Airbus? Where were you going? Let's go ahead and figure out what the cycle over to Stockholm here from the charts.
Oh, gee, you're getting ahead of the airplane then.
I am. I'm not even to top of climb yet. Concorde or Concorde ski? Well, Concorde ski is fun to say, but I prefer Concorde because Concorde ski kind of didn't really do very much before it started killing people, unfortunately. So Joanne, I think we got low numbers tonight because of the issues I've been having the last 2 weeks. So hopefully we'll build that back up. But we've had some lag issues and just stream absences because of my schedule. So it's been kind of interesting. But yeah, we'll hopefully build that back up. And we're also streaming a little bit later than we normally do on Friday because of a job I was doing. And so yeah, we will stream tomorrow. Haven't decided where I'm going yet from Stockholm, but we will stream tomorrow. That's the plan. Why are we walking out the door and turning around? American 821. I was heading to Dallas Fort Worth from LaGuardia. I love the buzzsaw takeoff. yeah, they do have that very distinctive buzz sound. You can always tell when an Airbus is taking off. It's a very distinctive sound.
I still like the barking poodle in the originals.
Yeah. Roar, roar. Indeed. TFEC? It's TFEC. Fart loops. How's it going, sir? Can you do Australia? Yeah, I think we probably will when we go down towards Southeast Asia. We'll have to do some hops into Australia, I think, because that'll be a prime time to do that. But yeah, so once we finish in Europe, we'll kind of make our way east through the Middle East and then toward India and Southeast Asia. And probably while we're down there, we'll probably hit up Australia before we go back up north toward Japan, stay away from Pyongyang, and eventually head over to Hawaii and back into the North American continent. I think will be the plan.
Yeah, the Sakhalin Islands is not a good idea to fly over to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo.
Did you say you?
Yo. When your mic is trash, but you still try to talk.
Are you talking about my mic?
No, mine.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. You had a bird strike on landing. Oh, that is fun. All right, Nicholas, what do you need to tell us? Yeah, Fart Loops, I do have Airport CEO. I've been playing it. It is quite fun. I'm really looking forward. I'm hoping they're going to add heavy aircraft to it, too. Right now, it's just light and medium aircraft. So you get 737s, I think, is about as big as they get right now. So I'm hoping eventually they add heavies to it. That would be really cool. But I know it's just, I mean, it's alpha still, so they're still working on it. They're still doing a lot of stuff. And, we'll see where they go with it. But so far, it's been pretty fun to play with. So don't pass it. Yeah,
Yo,
I know.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question for like anybody in the chat or Moose to answer. But where should I fly in Brazil? From Rio.
From Rio?
Yeah, any place.
Well, the only other place I really know would be Sao Paulo.
That's 44 minutes. That's 44 minutes away.
I know, it's not a very long flight.
What about Manaus on the Amazon?
Oh, there you go.
Used to be a big
I
mining
think there was
city.
Buenos Aires as well, but
Well, that's Argentina.
that's about 3 hours away, but I think that will require all, maximum fuel, all the fuel I can get in the MD-88 to get there.
Yeah, I was just about to ask what you're flying, but that answered that question.
39,000 pounds of fuel to get there. And that's the max X-Wing could put before it ends up giving up.
Gotcha.
Actually, what was happening was I was trying to download you know the Google Maps and their the photo scenery and whatever.
Uh-huh.
So essentially there was something for X-Plane where it's like it converts that so that way it shows an X-Plane.
Okay.
And open up TeamSpeak, and the second I joined this live stream room again, like TeamSpeak completely crashed and didn't respond. Like the whole PC didn't respond. So I had to restart it. Because it was like trying to load multiple JPEG and DDS files or something for the ortho to work, so I'll have to redo that after the flight. After this, can't have many other applications open all soon.
Gotcha. Interesting.
It does take up a lot of space, but trust me, the end result in X-Plane is... It's pretty much like the Orbix of X-Plane until Orbix and all those companies.
Oh, okay. Restart top of climb. We got some thundering happening right behind us a little bit. Not up here, thankfully. Not up here. Okay, so I gotta find that. I'm trying to remember where this was. Ah, there it is. That's right. 1,000. Alright, so we're about 555 nautical miles from Stockholm at the moment, so we got a little bit to go. I'm already pulling up and just taking a look at our approach. It's going to be pretty straightforward, it looks like. The star basically takes us up and past the airport a little bit, and then we cycle back around toward the Arlanda VOR. And we basically do a racetrack loop kind of deal to come back in and around a localizer for runway 8, so it should be fun. Not too shady. Too shady. We do have some altitude restrictions we'll have to be aware of.
What you guys got this weekend in football?
We were playing San Diego. In fact, saw Sun Country flying in to pick him up, to take him down there. So yeah, so if we can beat San Diego, we're playing San Diego in San Diego this week, and then my friend got his tickets again. So we're actually gonna be almost front row again, just on the correct side in the actual red seats this time. Pretty close center field. For the game on the 28th, I guess it is. We're playing UNLV, University of Las Vegas.
University of Nevada at Las Vegas.
Yeah, correct. So
talking about San Diego, someone earlier today, like 11 a.m. EST, actually did San Diego to Hawaii.
Oh, that's cool. I think Allegiant was doing that for a little while, every once in a while at least. I feel like, or somebody was.
Yeah, Hawaiian Air does that.
There you go.
Yeah, the Hawaiian Air. He did it with this. I believe it was 104th night. Who did it with the Hawaiian 763?
Yeah, I dropped by and looked at the thing, but I was pretty bored with it.
It was about 6 hours. JFK to Dublin with the 757 was about 7 hours. I actually did.
That's boring too.
When you have multiple devices, it's not really boring when you don't have to hit your computer all the time.
Try doing it in real life.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tim knows all too well.
Oh yeah. In real life, on the other hand, if you're not on the rear in first class or economy, then
No, I fly no class.
He flies. Yeah, he flies up front.
The pointy end. We got Michigan State. We have homecoming tomorrow. So if you're going to the game, are you going to stream tomorrow or not?
Well, going to the game, that's next week. I'm not going to the San Diego game. I'm going to the 28th. That one's back here at home. So, and that one's in the evening. So I'll be streaming the afternoon, late morning, early afternoon for that one. So.
I suppose I should boycott this stream because you got traffic 12 o'clock.
Yeah, he's 2,000 feet below us. Yes, he's over there.
I should boycott the stream because what you guys did to the Cubs last night.
What who did to the Cubs? The
Dodgers.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, Dodgers, Smodgers.
They're in the World Series.
I know, but I'm not a Dodger fan. If I align with anyone, it's more aligned with the Giants. But I'm not really a baseball guy, so I don't really even pay attention. I like pay attention once they actually get to the World Series. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, we call it the world's biggest beer garden out there at Wrigley Field. So
That's a good point. Andrew the Gamer, TeamSpeak is what we're using to talk. If you want to get on the TeamSpeak, you're welcome to do so. Just type in !TeamSpeak, and NightBot will give you the sentient details salient details to get into the TeamSpeak. To answer, sorry, hang on one second.
Don't be lazy and try to copy and paste. So you have to type it in.
Yeah, you have to type it in. And Rich, yes, we are going to start flying the CRJ and the Airbus stuff in the future once I upgrade my PC so it can take it, because the CRJ apparently is not frame rate friendly while I'm streaming, and the Airbus is okay with that, but it could be better, and so yeah, so that's that. Kramer, good to see you again, man. Hans Vincent, I appreciate that. Thank you on the photo comment. It has been a while there, Kramer. Let's see, Boston to where we got helicopters attacking my house. That's nice. So Nicholas is singing "I Will Survive" again, apparently. Let's see.
of course, the CRJ is not only frame rate unfriendly, it's also thunderstorm unfriendly.
This is true. It's a little bit of both.
I almost bought that this morning. I was so bored.
Oh yeah. Should I get the FS Labs Airbus? I don't know. I've actually considered getting it. I think I wouldn't get it until I get my thing up, but my computer thing. But it looks like a really nice model. So.
It's a great model, but better know what you're doing with it, or you get frustrated real quick.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, so am I, and Rich. At the end of the day, I default to Boeings, but I like flying other stuff occasionally and learning how to do it at least. So, but yeah, Boeing, born and bred.
For X-plane, to be honest, I usually use Airbus majority of the time because it's simple. But the Boeing 737 that comes with it is pretty nice. So I'd fly the Boeing 738.
I've got that Flight Factory 757 for X-plane, and that works quite well.
The Flight Factory 757 is pretty nice. Good for long haul.
Yeah, it's far better than anything at FSX right now.
Yeah, well, you know, 757s, yeah.
The 767, the Flight Factor 767, I have a bug. I don't know how, but there's some bug with it. For me, where the stick shaker goes off non-stop when I do a cold and dark state. I think it's something with the plane itself, because the developer said it's inaccurate right now, like it doesn't base off what it's supposed to be based off in real life. They're trying to fix that right now for next release.
Gotcha.
Seems odd it would work in the 7.5 but not in the 7.6.
Right.
I mean, I've seen other people not have that issue, but it seems like I'm the only one who has it. Every time I tell somebody, they're always like, that seems odd, because they never have it. So.
Well, that's why I like watching Moose, because if somebody's going to have an issue with anything, it's going to be Moose.
That's it. Yeah, whenever you have problems, why not go to Moose?
Mm-hmm. I see how it is.
You're a test pilot.
Yep, pretty much.
Get the right stuff.
Well, I'd rather have the right stuff than the wrong stuff, I guess.
Well, pretty much. I was thinking in the past to buy P3D in case X-Plane gave up on me, which it did at one point. Then I figured out it was some damn. Apparently.
Fartloops, to answer your question, I don't know. When it comes to older stuff like the CLS, which is probably primarily made for FS9, would be my guess. It might work. You might have better luck with FSX Boxed Edition, because I think there's some stuff that'll work. They'll part over to FS Box, but won't go as far as FSX Steam. But I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, if you've got FSX Steam, if you don't have it yet, then if that's what you're counting on for, then maybe be a little more hesitant. But I'm sure you can Google it and see. I'm sure someone has tried it, because it's the internet. People have tried everything almost, so it's worth a shot to see what you can find. Tyler the Modeler, thank you for subscribing, by the way. Welcome aboard. But we are, let's see, how far in the flight are we? We're not quite halfway yet. We're still about 480 nautical miles away. We're supposed to be getting in about 1845 Zulu. It's 1735 now. So we're a little over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes out. So we're just under halfway in our flight to Stockholm. So we're proceeding along. If you guys haven't already, you can do like Tyler the Modeler and hit that subscribe button. Also, definitely hit that like button. I would appreciate that very much, so we can get those the views up on the streams on the channel, and it helps me. NightBot is going to silence you, like the gatekeeper he is. If you sit there and spam symbols and things like that.
Put duct tape over your mouth if you keep on spamming.
Pretty much. So the code of conduct around here is do not piss off the NightBot. So just you know, be sensible when it comes to what you're typing and texting, and you and the NightBot can get along famously. But if he keeps timing you out, he'll time you out longer and longer and longer. You don't want to go down that road. So take my advice. Don't piss off the NightBot. Andrew the Gamer Boy, you're needing a gatekeeper. Okay, let me see if somebody's in here somewhere that can do that. Pinto's online, it looks like. Let me message him and see if he can help us out. Why can't I talk? What's going on here? Oh, do I have to move? I didn't think I had to do that. Let me see. Open text chat. Oh, there we go. Let's see if that will help. Andrew, what is your name in TeamSpeak? Is it the same thing? Is it Andrew the whatever? Andrew the Gamer? It doesn't look like it. At least I don't see you there. I actually have FS Passengers for FSX Box. I don't think I've ever installed it with Steam Edition. It is quite interesting and fun sometimes to do. It has a little bit of problems with some of the more advanced aircraft when it comes to fuel stuff, because it starts to yell at you because it thinks by moving the fuel around to balance the aircraft that it's actually you're cheating and refueling in midair. But you know, you get around those bugs.
All right, so Moose said he said he's the foreman and gatekeeper needed thing.
Yeah, no, I just messaged Pinto to see if he can help with that. You says JBU 3853.
Yeah, I see him right here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Good name.
I don't see him. I wonder why I don't see him. Okay.
For N.Rich16 FSX, that was coming in a boxed version, but Microsoft stopped. So The way to get it is Steam now.
Yeah, if you don't already have FSX Box Edition, you're pretty much stuck to get Steam, I think, at this point, unless you can get it, you know, buy it off a friend or, you know, something
Or
like
eBay.
that. Or eBay or something like that, yeah. So, I don't know what you call fear of flying there, Nicholas. Fly phobia, yeah, I don't think that's what's... oh, that's Kramer. I don't think that's what it's actually called, but... Aviophobia, okay. People and their phobias. No, this is just offline. It's not VETS anymore. You meant IVAO, not IKO. All right, Fart Loops, have a good flight back to Philly. See you later. I'll tell you what helps me sleep on a plane: light turbulence. I love a little bit of light turbulence. Graphics card I'm using is a NVIDIA GTX 970. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing, is FSX, you know, it gets knocked about as being an old simulator and out of date, blah, blah, okay, and there's an argument to be made for that, but considering what it looks like and how it handles and what it does, considering it is 11 years old now, it's pretty impressive, actually.
To be honest, so if you consider it, like X-Plane has some things, does some things better that P3D doesn't, or FSX, and FSX does some things that X-Plane doesn't. So like, you know, time comes experience.
Exactly.
I think he's almost ready.
Well, no, airline food doesn't taste bad because it's made to withstand the cabin, but the cabin pressure isn't that high. The pressure in the cabin only goes up to 8,000 feet.
Altitude that you're flying at.
Well, no, that's not true at all. You're not flying at the altitude you're flying at is going to be, you know, anywhere from 30,000 to 41,000 feet. The cabin altitude is going to be somewhere in the vicinity of 5,000 to 8,000 feet, depending on your altitude and the type of airliner you're on. If you're on a Dreamliner, that's closer to 5. If you're on a conventional, it's going to be closer to 7 or 8, more than likely if you're up at high altitude. But the main reason why it tastes a little more bland is because at the higher altitudes, your taste buds, I think, are not quite as active, and also the air is generally a lot drier up at altitude as well. So.
Yep, I'll verify what you said. That's correct.
There you go. See, look at that. What is the most common airliner cruise already? What?
If you ask me, what I cruise out often is usually around 30,000 feet.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of that depends on what's available, where you are, how far you're going, because you're
on like a short haul flight, you might be at like 20,000.
And actually, that's not entirely true either. Again, it depends, because if you're short haul, you also don't have a lot of fuel on board. Again, the higher up you go, the more fuel efficient those engines are. So you'll see, like, I'll look at aircraft going from you know, from Sacramento up here north of me down to LA or San Diego, that's a pretty short flight. But they're up at 41,000 feet, 41,000 feet, because they can get up there no problem because they're so light. And they're more fuel efficient up there. So a lot of times you'll find the really long haul guys that are really heavy starting out really low, like at 28,000 feet, 30,000 feet. By the end of their flight, they're up at 38, 39, 40,000 feet because as they burn fuel, they get lighter, they can climb up higher and be more fuel efficient at those higher altitudes.
And the older aircraft that have like the older engines, like the MD-88 with the JT-8Ds, usually I tend to fly at lower altitudes because, well, to be honest, I get the most speed out of it at the altitudes. A little bit of a cost of fuel, but also add a little bit of extra fuel, you know.
Yeah, remember the name of the game these days, though, is all about efficiency. I mean, it used to be years ago, it was all about speed because they thought passengers cared about getting from point A to point B faster. That's what, you know, sold the Concorde. When they realized that passengers could care less about speed as long as the ticket was cheap, it changed their model a little bit. So now it's all about how little fuel can we burn to get from A to B, and what's the most efficient way to do that. So they'll go slower than the airplane, you know, is capable to go if it means they save money on fuel.
Which essentially is what, like, my A320 and X-Plane does. It usually stays a bit lower than what it could go to. So, like, usually there will be some people who are, like, way ahead of me, and usually my plane will be behind just a little bit slower, but, like, I don't know, because I guess they just put a higher cruising speed. But mine, I can't really change the cruising speed because, I don't know.
Yeah, hang on a second. Andrew the Gamer Boy, you're looking for live stream room 3 is where we're all at. So if you're trying to move, oh, I see you there now. Yeah, I can't move you, can I? Move client to.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't have permission to do that. So yeah, see if you can move yourself to live stream room 3. I don't know if you can or not, or if whatever, but that's where we're at. So.
Okay, I'll be right back. Let me get an avatar for my thing.
Someone's back.
Andrew. It's actually Andrew.
Hey, Andrew, you finally found yourself in.
That took absolutely forever.
It does take a while the very first time.
At least you're here.
Yeah, it does take a while the first time, but once you get in, then it'll be easier from now on. So.
Yeah, I see now.
Yeah. So this is the. It's not. I don't own the TeamSpeak channel. It's actually Raptor's TeamSpeak that I'm allowed to use. So have to submit to his rules. And unfortunately, I'm not a gatekeeper, so I can't do any of that myself. But yes, Tyler the Modeler, this is FSX. You are correct. FSX Steam Edition. There's a diddly darn hurricane? What hurricane?
Well, to be honest, for most of what FSX and P3D have, it seems like some of the developers are starting to head over to X-Plane. Like I heard Active Sky next year, PMDG is already developing an aircraft. Well, they already finished one.
For
and I don't know, but
for what now?
X-Plane 11, like.
Yeah, PMDG is going to continue to support Prepared. They're not doing anything more directly for FSX anymore.
Of course, they still need to support Prepared, but there's having a little bit for the X-Plane department because more people are starting to head towards X-Plane than FSX and P3D because, you know.
Right, well, and that's in the nature of the business. So they're trying to hedge their bet and seeing which way it's going to go. But yeah, it's essentially down to two, as far as support for the platforms go now, we're down to two major platforms. That's P3D and X-Plane. And then you've got this Aerofly FS, I think is the one that's kind of starting to show itself on the market, especially when it comes to, it's going to be really competitive with regard to VR, virtual reality. They had that at Flight Sim Con, and it was beautiful in VR, much more so than the other ones, because it was basically designed to do it from the get-go, not adapted for it. So
yeah, but essentially, so PMDG already made like the DC6 for the X-Plane Active Sky. They said they're making something for X-Plane, like a similar weather engine, but
yeah, they are working on that. They announced that at Flight Sim Con too.
Because currently we have SkyMax Pro, but then on X Aviation, the owner of it, essentially they're all over the place right now. I'm having issues with it myself, so.
Gotcha. And
then we have X Enviro, which is a lot better, but it also lacks some things. So I think pretty much what it is that SkyMax does some things that X Enviro can't, and X Enviro does some things that SkyMax can't.
Gotcha.
Active Sky might fix that situation.
Interesting. Yeah, Tyler the Modeler, I'm not sure what the issues you were having there. The 3D mode is just known as the virtual cockpit, and so which is usually done with the. I mean, actually, my stuff it defaults to it. I mean, you can get to 2D panels, but yeah, without seeing your rig and specifically setup stuff, I wouldn't really be able to speak into that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's something X-Plane is, I mean, not X-Plane, but FSX has been able to do basically from the beginning. That was, they kind of perfected over from FS9, and so yeah, so I'm not really sure why you were having issues with that. I'm sorry to hear that, but not sure I can help you.
Okay, X-Plane is loaded. Let me just get the screenshot from my avatar real quick, and then I'll be back.
Cool. All right. So, Andrew, the gamer, whereabouts are you from in this world?
Actually from Virginia here.
Okay, awesome. You're on the other side of the United States from me.
Sorry if I'm so quiet. I'm kind of like approaching Vegas right now.
Oh, no, that's okay. Talk when you want to. It's up to you. Gabriel, good to see you. Dan, Baxter Cat's back. Goodness. Did I get the... Ooh. That's still open. Huzzah. Okay, stand by. Pick a gate. Let's go there. Gate 5. Okay. What's the time for, Baxter Cat? Kelsey, how's it going? Well, that's awesome. Glad to have you. We are about halfway through the flight. We got about 346 nautical miles to go before we reach Stockholm. Cruising at flight level 370. And got about 10 people joining us right now, looks like, including yourself. So, welcome. Oh, Baxter Cat's got aviation trivia for us, apparently. Myra or C5 Galaxy. I'm a little more partial to the C5. The 225, the Antonov, is humongously giant, but it's you almost never see it because I think there's only 1 or 2 of them. So C5 I have a little more chance to interact with occasionally. In fact, we had a C-17 fly out of here yesterday as I was leaving work. I'm not sure what they were doing, but it's cool to see. Backstreet, are you asking me or everybody? Are you going around the world? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we're gonna, because we came across from North America from JFK to Heathrow, and then after we mess around in Europe some more, we're gonna head toward the Middle East, and then from the Middle East we'll head over toward India. From India we'll head over to Southeast Asia, and then from Southeast Asia I think we're gonna head over to Australia for a little bit before we head back up north toward Japan and South Korea, and then head over to Hawaii and back into the good old US of A. In fact, it'll probably be the final flight of that will probably be Honolulu to Los Angeles, going back to my my hub airport there. So, do you make any flights on the Aerosoft Airbus A320 family? Remember, even though there isn't really a good one posters, I've been flying the Aerosoft. I do have the Aerosoft A320. Actually, I have the A3 18, 19, 2021. It's like 2 separate, whatever. So anyway. And I have flown it once on stream. It was interesting. Yeah, I do want to do some more with that. I think some of that's going to happen after I finish upgrading my computer, because with the stream running, it's a little what's the word? A little heavy on my frames. So it is what it is. Brian Gren, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Master Cat, I will see. Oh, it's funny. It's because you're doing trivia like he was, I think. That's funny. Let's see. Were you able to fix the issue from last night's stream? It's weird that this is working about the American. Yeah, no, it actually wasn't American Truck Simulator at all. That was the problem. Because I had all my stuff off and was hitting the stream button, and it was still lagging. Turns out, for whatever reason, my computer cannot communicate directly with YouTube anymore without doing that. So I found a workaround by basically I'm streaming to a host site that then can distribute it to multiple platforms. So if I want to stream to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously, and then by doing that, my bitrate is perfect and it's sending to YouTube just fine, so it's not lagging. So I'm not sure why I have to go through that rigmarole now, but it solved the problem, so I will take it. But yeah, it took a few hours last night diving in to figure that out, but finally got something to work. So yeah. Yes, Backstreet is correct. Class A is above, at least in the United States, is the Class A is above the 18,000 feet IFR only area. What we'll have for dinner? What you mean? What, like on the flight, or what am I personally having for dinner? Or please clarify your questions, sir. Copyright, please don't. You're having an omelet?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
Oh, well, apparently so. Like for after school, I go to a gym majority of the week. But today, I was asked if I want to go today, and I decided just to do my workout at home. So I'm lucky that I stayed home.
All right, and Rich, we'll see you guys later. Good luck with your hockey referee test. We'll see you later. It's much heavier on this than the Airbus. Not on my system. It seems the 737 seems to do better than the Aerosoft Airbus for me. I don't know. That could just be my settings and how my system interacts with it, but it seems to do better on mine.
So I have about 55 more nautical miles until I intercept Las Vegas, so ATC is about to be going insane.
Are you flying online, or are you flying
offline? Yeah.
Offline. Oh gosh!
I forgot the answer to flying tomorrow. Are you flying tomorrow or not, Moose?
Yes, I am flying tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, that is the plan. Probably, I'm thinking probably around 11 or so Pacific. So, what is that? 2 Eastern and.
Wait, 11 p.m. or a.m.?
No, a.m.
A.m. Let's see. About around 8 a.m. EST.
No. So 11 a.m. Pacific would be 2 p.m. Eastern.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I did that.
Other way around. We're on the other coast.
Yeah, I forgot. Anyhow, actually, let me think, because I'm supposed to be doing Miami to Zurich tomorrow, like early in the mornings. 4 a.m. too.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was supposed to use it with Daytree, with the jar design 330, but due to issue with activations last minute and something with activation, like it's properly activated, but something went wrong with it last minute, so I have to use the 7.5 again, you know?
Gotcha. Oh yeah, so I was going to post, in fact I'll do that right now while we're flying, because I can do it from my phone. I'll post up some pictures of the Air National Guard event I went to on Saturday last week on the various social media platforms here.
Yeah, that's cool. I just sent you that de-icing hole overtime chart.
Oh yeah, I just saw that pop up here too, so I'll take a look at that. Thank you, sir.
Good luck in trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well. Let's see here.
Why did I just ask a question?
You got a question? What? Or someone?
I posted a question in the live stream chat.
Oh, I see. What's the '1 song right now? Oh, I have no idea.
Alright.
What did Baxter Cat just put? 18,345 and 24. Oh, is that an addition problem? Is that what you're giving me?
Questionable. I do not.
I'm not sure if that, I can't tell if
I
that's...
think my brain just shut down from that.
So let's do that. That.
Oh, I gotta send you the new Barney picture.
New what now? Who?
The new Barney picture.
Barney? Like the dinosaur?
Affirmative.
Oh no.
Hey, quick question. What cloud engine do you use?
I'm using ActiveSky Next. I have ActiveSky 2016 for prepared because I needed to get that for a weather engine for that one, but I don't have. I don't know if I technically can use 2016 for FSX as well upon buying it, but I haven't downloaded it for FSX, so I don't know if it works in that way.
2 plus 2 equals 4 minus 23. That's pretty simple. Oh, at least in Christmas I'm supposed to get a yoke before I head up to Germany in real life.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, speaking of yokes, I see that SciTech, Logitech yokes are on sale 10% off on somebody's mail order thing.
Oh.
I'm going to be getting the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro joystick soon.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
I've been playing with a mouse for like last year, so.
Yeah, you learn a lot of patience playing with a mouse.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, thank you. NightBot needs to figure out life. What does ActiveSky Next do? I'm about to buy it soon. So ActiveSky Next, which if you're about to buy a weather engine, I would at this point probably just go for ActiveSky 2016, which is the newer one. But ActiveSky is it's a weather engine. So by default, FSX or Prepared has weather that you can use with it, but it doesn't do weather very well as far as recreating real world type scenarios and stuff like that. So I mean, it can kind of, but. And FSX used to import weather from Jeppesen or somewhere. I don't know if it even works anymore because I think that functionality kind of ended or something. So to get real world weather, but so what these engines do a much better job of sending current weather, updating the weather smoothly as best as possible, and giving you much more realistic weather in the sim based on how you want to do it. You can do historical weather, you can do current weather, real world weather, and stuff like that. To combine that with a texture program like Soft Clouds or Rex Textures or something like that, you get a really nice effect because you get really good graphical weather combined with accurate weather from the weather engine. So that's what that does. Hopefully that made sense.
And it's the same situation with X-Plane. It used to have that, but then beyond X-Plane 10. So that's why we have SkyMax, X and Gyro. And it basically combines those two, so you don't have to buy separately like Active Sky and Rex. You just get the full.
Gotcha. Tim, is this so they just changed their flight attendant uniforms or something for?
Yeah, that's 2018.
Oh, funny. Yeah, that's Barney, all right.
Those are hideous.
It is. That's you guys are going to be the purple people eaters.
It's not good.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the staff in the back ain't happy.
Oh, good times.
I'm going to make a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
You want anything from the galley?
I'm good at the moment, but thank you. Can I add more? Just one at a time, seriously. Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is gonna suck landing at Las Vegas.
Why are you screwing up?
No, it's just absolutely packed around the area.
Oh.
I think there are some things that are similar with X-Plane, like for AI traffic with FSX and P3D. Like, I don't know what they use for AI for P3D or FSX, you know. But for X-Plane, we pretty much have like two options, so.
Gotcha.
To be honest, we got, like, they...
Yeah, link right there. Just gonna show you my thing.
What was it going to show you? Your what now? Who?
It's gonna show me my MFD. Just shows a ton of planes around the area.
Oh, okay.
The one thing I wish that we had in...
The one thing that you wish we had.
To be honest though, X-Plane, like, you know how the PMDG comes with the orange, text instead of the modern white. I believe I checked it. Oh yeah, the MCP, the Honeywell MCP.
Yeah, you can change that in the FMS.
Yeah, that I'm kind of interested in, but to be honest, X-Plane doesn't have that, and the only way I could change it is data ref editor, so pretty much a hard process, and if you don't install the plugin correctly, then you won't get anywhere. To be honest, the Honeywell MCP does look pretty nice. The orange text looks a bit better than the modern LED white text.
Yeah, I like the white one better personally, but that's just that's preference, personal preference. Baxter Cat, why are you blowing up my chat with math of all things?
I think he confused stream for math class, you know.
I think so. I'm not in school anymore. I don't have to do math. That's why I graduated.
Pretty much he just. I think two people are going against each other with this math or whatever.
Yeah,
Baxter,
I know. It's kind of funny. All right, so
Nicholas and Baxter.
For those of you that have that are following my Twitter, I just posted two things of pictures from the Air National Guard event that I went to on Saturday. I'm going to add those to Instagram now, so one at a time here. There's no easy way to do this for all platforms quickly, so I'm just going to have to slowly but surely. But the real question is, can I do multiples? Yes, I can. Okay, select multiple. That's all I'll do. Instagram does that. It's really annoying. That's better.
Honestly, my mind is starting to shut down seeing Baxter and Nicholas continue this math. I'm pretty sure I'm not that high of a level in math yet. I'm so.
Okay, should be sharing on Instagram now momentarily. Can we switch to history? Yes, please do switch to history. I will take history over math any day. Absolutely, you can switch to history. And now Facebook.
But does anybody remember that one airline that was actually based off a restaurant?
There was an airline based off a restaurant? Alexander, how's it going, man?
Back in like there was one based off in like 2005 or something. Yeah.
Really?
So
news to me.
There was one. Hint, hint. They make wings and go to it often.
They make wings? Oh, wait, what?
Or something of that sort of. Hooters Air. That was a legit airline back then.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yes, that was a legit airline back then. Those actual real photos.
Oh my god.
They ended up cutting short of that airline. So, pretty much I think they stayed as a restaurant, more or less. Yeah. Oh dear Jesus. Now in the chat now they're talking about science, not history.
No, you were supposed to go to history. What's this science nonsense?
Explain how carbon dioxide is formed within a crystal on a negative corona discharge. What?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. This is way off topic. Oh my goodness. Alright, so for those of you that are interested, I've got pictures up for the from the Fresno-based California International Guard open house on both Facebook, Twitter, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you are interested in checking those out, you can do so. They are available. Looks like Roger Jose Salas already commented on that. Love those planes, yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Oh, there's Pinto. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm a little late. I'm sorry, I just saw your message.
That's okay. Someone else must have taken care of it because he got in, so. But thank you.
That's okay. Moose, here, I'm going to give you something. That allows you to set a password on the channel, just for room 3.
Nice, okay.
So, you can't move people out, but it can help with the ice.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you for
How's
that.
it going?
It's going well. How are you doing? Pinto, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I said it's going well. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Just trying to tweak a FSX to make it look a lot better.
Oh, that's always fun.
And meanwhile, in the live stream chat, C6H1206, I don't know. Nicholas is starting to confuse me really badly.
Oh, that's carbon 6, hydrogen 12, oxygen 6. That's a molecule.
Yeah, I'm pretty much not at that level yet of science. Send help.
Send help, yeah. How's one called? Yale yet? Yeah, no. Juan is definitely not going to Yale anytime soon, based on what his college fund is doing. So, yeah, Juan does need your help and your dollars if he wants to go to Yale. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, I could tell, Nicholas. I could tell. I did not. Science was okay. I didn't mind science as much. I did not like math. History was my favorite. That's what I enjoyed the most. But yeah, math and science was okay. Mostly science though. I like science a lot better than math. Although there's a fair amount of math in science, so there's that too. We're about 40 miles from our top of descent, so we need to brief the approach here. So I'm going to get that going. I've already got most of it figured, but I need to do the last little bit here. So let me get this all set up. Nope, not that. That one, please. Thank you. Like so. Like so.
What flight configuration are we going to use for landing?
We're going to be flaps 30 for landing. And where did it go? That's not what I want.
On the V speeds for arrival.
Yeah, so we're going to brief that. It's going to be 130. Oh, sorry, 144 is our approach speed. Let's see here. Where is my? That's what I want. 71. It's going the wrong way.
Actually, as a matter of fact.
Sorry, what was that?
There was a video on how to there was a video on how to butter the landing. So.
American Aviator, thank you so much for contributing to Juan's college fund. Appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. And Juan appreciates it too.
No problem.
Hi from Juan pushing us non-stop to get on 50.
You like my quote?
You like your what?
Do you like my quote?
Your quote. Oh, I'm better than all you people. So I was really tiny on my OBS. I didn't notice it was there until you mentioned it. That's funny. Keeping yourself superior. I like it.
Oh yeah.
So how much are you paying Juan to push us back every flight?
He's doing that pro bono, provided I send him to college someday. So I I didn't tell him when I would send him to college though, so it could be a long time. And Nicholas, I don't go for Moore's law. I prefer Moose's law. So let's get that going.
I think Pinto's law is better.
Yeah, but Moose's law sounds close to Moore's law, so it works.
I think I prefer Cole's law.
Isn't Moose's law just hit a vehicle, get to pay for your college?
Nah, that was a joke.
I know. Boils are child. Tell me about relativity. Oh my gosh, this place is going someplace horrifying. Okay, so let's look at the weather here for Arlanda ESSA. Looks like current weather, we're looking at winds at a 040 at 9 knots. Few clouds at 4,400. Temperature 4, dew point 2, QNH 1023, and no significant weather. So we're going to still blend on our runway 8 plan, which works out nicely. Let's see, can I do this? Yes, I can. What did I say? 1023. There we go. Oops, that's 24. Okay. Okay, so we are going to be coming in on the NILUG 1 Sierra arrival into Arlanda, which basically means the following. The following. We are coming in, we're going to have at, I think that's at NILUG. Yeah, it is. We need to be at or below flight level 190, so we're going to set that now, so that way our descent starts when it should, because that would be bad if it does not. So 190 right there. We don't appear to have any speed restrictions on this guy, but we're going to come in and kind of dogleg to the right a little bit, fly over the Tebby VOR, and at that point I believe we go and intercept the... do we do that, or we go to Urk? Yeah, from Tebby to Arlanda. So yeah, so we'll hit the Arlanda VOR after that, and then cycle back around in the approach for runway 8, and that's how that's going to work. The MSA for the area that we're going to be flying over there is 2,200 feet, and to the north of that is 1,900 feet. So we'll assume 2,200 feet for our MSA. That will keep us in good straits as we come in there. We're landing runway 8. It's 109.55 is the localizer. It's not a full ILS, it's just a localizer. So 109.55 is set up in the comm box there, and the runway heading of 71 is set up in the course selection. Decision height today is going to be 500 baro, so make sure that is set to baro, and let's get that set up as 500. No, that's 400. Keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. There it is. 500. 500. We're going to be landing with flaps 30, and that's giving us a approach of 143. So 30. 30. Yeah, 30. 144. 143. In there. So we'll plan for a final approach speed of a little bit higher than that, probably around 147 or so, just to give us a buffer. We're going to be landing with auto brake 2, and that is already set there in the box. Upon landing, we will taxi off on runway X-ray 3. Sorry, on taxiway X-ray 3. And that will take... sorry, not X-ray 3. My bad. I'm looking at the runway the wrong way. We'll have to go all the way down the end, it looks like, to X-ray 5. And then we'll take X-ray basically all the way back to X-ray 3 and then down to Zulu. And Zulu will take us to the apron where we're going to be parking at gate 5, hopefully. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet, and our missed approach for this is as follows. Missed approach is climb straight ahead to 1,500 feet, radar vectoring for a new approach. So pretty stinking straightforward. If we lose comms, which basically we have, straight ahead to 2,500 feet, and 5 DME from the Arlanda VOR, whichever is later. Turn left to the Arlanda VOR for a new instrument approach into runway 8 again. So we're just trying it. And that's it. Airport elevation is 137. And so we've got 150 set in the altitude box there for that, so we should be good to go. we've reached our top descent. We're on our way down. And the thing I missed at the top of it, I remember from his that Tim is probably waiting to see if I say, the chart we're using here for the approach is chart 11-4, effective till the 13th of December.
There you go.
So yeah, haha.
To be honest, all that info you said about the taxiing, I'm pretty sure CNN would just said tarmac, which is pretty much going to piss me off.
Yeah, well, that's because CNN doesn't know anything about aviation.
Well, news channels overall don't mind about X-ray or
it really is
phonetics.
It really is true.
How about a little geography? Oh god.
What is an iambic pentameter? Oh my goodness.
Alright. This chat went from normal to just everything about school.
Yep.
All over again.
It's getting really weird. Gemini Jets, how's it going?
Hey Gemini, how you doing?
So Moose, I have a question for you.
Sure.
When are you ever going to do multiplayer with me on FSX?
I don't know. Someday.
Because I'd hate to have to kill you.
Well, I'd hate for you to have to kill me too. That doesn't sound like it ends well for me.
The shirt I'm wearing right now is like a really nice shirt, and I like it. I just don't want to ruin it.
Am I getting
YouTube
blood all
tried
over
to
it?
kill him last night.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you not have one of your favorite? It's like one of my favorites. It's just.
That's true. Tim is right. YouTube did try to kill me. Actually, the last 2 Thursdays it has tried to kill me. I think YouTube's got a thing against Truckin' Thursdays. I don't know, but
when you're talking,
I guess you say.
are you sure in a cockpit, or are you going to just fly together like on VATSIM?
I think he means just fly together in general.
I don't know. I'm down for either or.
I mean, I'm down for a shared cockpit. That would be cool. I've never done a shared cockpit, so I'm not sure.
We need to get you in the 87.
I do need to get the 87 at some point. That would be cool.
Nice.
Now that that's out.
Wait. Yo, in Brazil to be honest, any aircraft under the Avianca livery would be lit.
Wait, what was that about Avianca?
If you were to fly like in South America with Avianca, that'd be lit.
Oh, I see.
Like in South America.
Gotcha.
I think we should do, maybe 24-hour around the world flight.
Oh my
maybe
goodness.
so.
I think you're drunk.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna need some
go
special stamina for
go
that.
From one.
Yeah, same.
Go from one end of the world to the other in one stream.
Okay, well let's define what are we referring to as the end of the world on either side, because the world is a sphere. So unless you're one of those flat Earth people, and don't get me started on those people.
The world is flat. Thank you very much.
Someone
I
legit
mean,
just say
how
the
else
world
will
is
we not
flat?
fly off it?
Yeah, Pinto is being sarcastic.
Maybe
Well,
I'm
you know-
not.
yeah,
Maybe
you
I
know
believe
what
the
we
world
ought
is
to
flat.
Yeah, I hope for your sake you're being sarcastic.
Don't tell me what to believe, Moose.
I didn't tell you what to believe. I said I hope.
Not my dad.
Go ahead, Tim.
We had a group fly from like Halifax to North back.
Oh goodness.
It's like the chat is like a school, but the voice channel is just completely.
Exactly. Yeah, Baxter Cat, we've already started our descent. We're descending now through 21,000 feet, actually.
What's the transition altitude this week?
5,000 feet.
Did you set that in the FMC?
I did.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing about going full screen is you can't see the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably a good thing in this case.
No one Pinto said the world is flat. Someone legit just said that, and then Baxter said that. Nicholas just yelled, "It is spherical," and Baxter just disagreed.
Yeah, I know.
It is spiritually flat, and NASA has agents along the ice wall surrounding the world that shoot anybody that tries to get out.
That's my favorite part of that theory, is that the government's trying to keep everyone away from Antarctica for that reason. That cracks me up.
I get home.
I stumbled across a YouTube video from them, and then I just went on their Facebook page to watch videos. It's some memes.
It's
crossing restriction.
It is entertaining. Yes, we are coming up across the restriction. go down below here, so that way when we cross it, we don't get screwed. Our, let's see.
Okay. Get into the chat.
25.
Navigational tool. View. Wait, that's history, not geography. Okie dokie.
Tricked you.
Okie dokie. Sure.
It's always fun to mess with the moderator who can actually ban you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's always good to mess with them until they decide to just right click on your name.
Game over.
Yep. Kelsey, she's asking a question. Does this happen a lot at your airport where a plane takes off when a plane is on final approach? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just they need to make sure they've got enough separation so there's no chance that the approaching aircraft lands on the runway before the other plane has cleared the runway. So that's just ATC keeping them close. But
in part 2 of that answer.
Well, let's just say I accidentally timed out Nicholas, but I think he got this school thing.
What was part 2 of that answer, Tim?
Is you gotta also protect the missed approach airspace.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Nicholas, if you hear this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to time out. I didn't mean to time out Nicholas, but somehow my phone thought to do that. So, and it might help with stopping that history discussion.
Did you say decision height or missed approach point on the localizer approach?
I said decision height, which is the 500.
Because one's for a precision approach and one's for just a time localizer type.
I gotcha.
So I have a question for you, Moose, and Tim.
Yeah, go ahead.
What were your thoughts about the whole Air Berlin final A330 flight thing? Or have y'all even heard about that?
The one where the
flyby?
The one where they had...
Yeah,
like,
the one where they
ended up like
the
doing
flyby kind
landing.
of with permission, but kind of not.
It was like an aborted landing, like they were landing, but then they decided to turn towards the tower and go around it, like at a really low altitude, and just went to a good power around.
I
We're not
see
sure
the
what else to do
investigation
from like
brings
really
out,
low.
but hang the crew.
What'd you say, Tim?
Not just the German Aviation Administration now. It's actually the FAA.
I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? The pilots are out of a job anyway, pretty much.
Well,
they'll never get hired anywhere else.
Yeah, there's that, unless they're done with their career, period. So, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they just wanted to end Air Berlin with an epic, move.
Well, I mean, the other thing is they technically kind of had permission to do the, because apparently they were cleared to do a left-hand turn for a go-around. If they had to do a misapproach.
I mean, they should have been above a certain altitude, but they decided to do a really low pass, like everybody could see.
I'd be curious to look up what the published misapproach for that runway was for Dusseldorf, because if the tower, tower could be saying, yeah, you're cleared for the left-hand turn that's published, and if they don't follow it as published, then they're still, even though the tower said you're cleared for left-hand turn, they're still violating the clearance because the tower is referring to the published procedure. I don't know if that's what was communicated, but that would be my suspicion, is if they're saying, yeah, you're good for a left-hand turn, I would assume there's probably a left-hand turn on the approach procedure.
Either their headset didn't work out properly, or they just decided to lose their jobs one minute.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because, yeah, from what I'm hearing, it's sparking all kinds of investigations, so...
Well, it went from just the German Aviation Administration to the FAA, so...
Well, I don't know what the FAA is doing in it, because they don't have any jurisdiction.
They're probably in it because they departed from an American, That's the only thing I can think of?
No, well, the FAA would have no jurisdiction.
No, because it's not an American...
German flag carrier.
It's a German...
Yeah,
right. German airspace, German flag carrier, and it's an Airbus. It's not even a Boeing airplane, so you can't even get into it that way, so...
They might have gotten invited by the German Aviation Administration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They might have also... Because the German Aviation Administration, the only way to... this... German Aviation Administration tapped them on the back and told them about this,
Right.
Yeah, that ain't gonna fly.
Yeah.
The European aviation folks.
Yeah, pretty much the
they
Europeans
stay
have
to
their own
themselves.
different.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I am out.
I am descending
Remember-
very slowly, apparently. So.
I'm just looking at your index there.
Yeah.
Display.
Yeah. No, it didn't. Well, even though I reset the altitude, it didn't catch it right away, so I had to VNav reset it. So it's working on catching up. But yeah, I caught that a little bit ago. So we got.
You might want to chuck that thing down to about 2,000 feet per minute.
Yeah, probably. It's not.
Because you do have a tendency of staying high.
I'm aware.
That's gas that he's stolen for anything.
Try that. Try that on for size. So there is our. I believe that's the. No, it's not the airport. Tell us to me. The airport's out there.
It's about 25 miles out, about your 11 o'clock.
Yeah. This is a different airport. No. Baxter Cat, no. Yeah, there's going back to the conversation about the Air Berlin thing. There's really no reason why the FAA would even be called in. I mean, it's not an accident investigation, so it's not like the Germans need help to find out what happened and why it happened. So my guess is some ding-dong news agency reported the FAA because they don't know what that means, and other agencies picked up on it without doing their own research, because that happens a lot nowadays because no one in the news industry knows what they're doing.
You know
Obviously, the news doesn't understand aviation truly by heart. So, obviously, if something is just under German territory, then it would be German Aviation Administration to take hand.
Yeah.
Because they think the FAA controls the entire world for aviation. They just think, oh, FAA, right off the bat, just FAA is going to investigate.
Right. Go ahead, Tim.
We had a incident when I was with my pre-merger company where we had a. I think he was like number 1 or number 2 in our seniority list. He was also a volunteer pilot over at the Planes of Fame Museum, where I was also a volunteer pilot. And on his last flight back into Minneapolis, on a revenue flight, he arranged with the Planes of Fame folks to have a formation flight with the 744-100 and the B-25. And you don't think the FAA came down on him like a ton of bricks?
Yeah.
Of course, the airline went after the pension too, so it's a costly mistake.
Indeed.
Yeah, I did watch a video about like what news people get wrong with aviation. Another thing is like for the private jets, you know, like when they have an emergency or something, they'll usually say that private jet didn't file a flight plan, but yet they don't need to. Like, that's one thing.
Right, well, and they're stating a fact. I mean, yeah, they didn't, but it doesn't mean that's the cause of the accident. That's the problem with
like, if it's engine failure, how does the flight plan...
Exactly. And again, that's the news, just being ignorant, saying, oh, yeah, these are interesting facts. They didn't file a flight plan. Okay, but... Yeah, and now you've inferred now to the public that, you know, they did not follow procedure by doing that, and it's not necessarily true. So
yeah, but on the other side, it also, you know, you've got this bandwidth with safety involved, and so if you don't have a flight plan, you're going to limit
I mean,
that.
if you file a flight plan,
yeah, it is absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it is suggested to put a flight plan because then, you know, that'll make it easier. But it's like if you're a private jet, you don't have to file one.
No, you don't have to. You're advised you should, but yeah, you don't.
Well, if you're flying above 18,000, you do.
Yes, at that point.
Yeah, if you're flying above 18,000 IFR. If you're flying like VFR, you don't have to. Really.
Not required.
Correct. Recommended.
Yeah, so like if you're, like if a student pilot, like you know, like a student pilot in their Cessna 182, if they have an emergency or something and have to ditch somewhere else, then you know. Usually the news will say about that flight plan or whatever when they're just trying to get their pilot's license.
Yeah, and filing a VFR flight plan does not mean you're getting air traffic control in the first place.
Correct, yeah, unless you get flight following.
Yeah, that's the only way. It's basically they're looking for that arrival time, and if you don't cancel your VFR flight plan when you get to your destination, they start looking for you.
Right. Which I had that happen to me when I was doing my pilot training.
Oh, you were in all that? Oh, great.
Yeah, it's because we had my the stupid flight service station. My flight instructor had wanted me to file. We were doing a multi-leg cross country, and my flight instructor wanted me to file them separately. So we would, once we got to one place, we would, cancel that flight plan and initiate the next one and the whole thing. Well, I told that to the flight service station, and he's like, "Oh no, you got to file them all as one." Like he convinced, I'm 16. What do I know? And so he convinced me to do it the way she told me not to do it. And so we get up there, and we're on our last leg back, and I was talking to, because we were requesting flight following every time, and so I called up Oakland Center once we got airborne from Modesto and said who we were. He said, "Oh, you might want to call the flight service station because they're looking for you." I went, "Oh, crap."
Yeah, that's one of the things is the tower will not cancel your VFR flight plan. Only the pilot can cancel it.
Right.
With the flight service, but on IFR, once you land, the tower will cancel your IFR flight plan once you're safely arrived, unless you're going into familiar field, in which case then you have to phone them and say, "Hey, I'm on the ground, safe."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're still high.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, about 600 feet, 500 feet.
I want to see how you're going to do this procedure, sure.
Yeah, well, now the thing just made the path all screwy.
Yeah, you might want to zoom in a little bit on the nav display.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to have me...
tie.
Yeah, it's flying a something. Going to tie a bow tie, that's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
just
another
go to
thing...
drop entry.
Yeah.
Other thing that guy pointed out for the it's like when the alien thing, everything that the pilot just says we might want to head back to the airport, they just consider it an emergency. It's like, if they think something is wrong and they just want to head back to the airport just to make sure they get checked out, they'll just think, oh, it's a serious emergency, right away, just to get publicity,
Yeah.
So let's say a 737 just needs, is it maybe an issue with spoilers or whatever, they'll think it's just serious, oh, the spoilers aren't working, this would be a doom for that. That's my question.
That sounds like a Tim question, if anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to parse the question together there. What's your question in English?
Am I speak Spanish? Alright, so essentially, the news every time, they just want to head back to the airport if maybe not so serious, maybe just one light came up or something, or big call or whatever, but they might want to return back to the airport. The news might think that's a serious issue when in reality it's nothing.
But pretty much anytime you got to divert for anything other than weather, people are going to start asking questions.
And usually when they state their reason to the ATC, then usually the news just goes right away to ATC playback audio and whatever.
Yeah, everything's recorded, so you're very careful on what you say. Except on here.
Right.
And one thing with Betson, do not ever squawk 7.5. Well, they have a thing that automatically first, but if you try it again, it legit just automatically bans your account from Betson. They don't even need a supervisor there, it just automatically asks something to go off. Do it a second time, it just legit bans you.
Yeah, well, it's probably because they had a problem with people just doing that all the time, and so at a certain point they have to...
And especially with 9/11 and all that.
Baxter Cat's asking Tim what Class D airspace, Delta airspace is.
Oh, that's one worse than Class C.
I like Tim's answer.
And I believe they said, Atom said something about you know, from 9/11 they had some squawk codes. So legit, they said just try to use those. The X squawk box or whatever you use will just legit kick you off for that. They don't want anything of that.
Yeah, well, again, it goes back to people want to be, you know, oh yeah, I want an emergency, and blah. And if everyone decides to do that, it just taxes the system. So you just got to go, no, unless it's real.
So
I
of
like the
course
guys
they came up with
who try to
the
fly Air Force One.
Right? Yeah.
No, you get in line.
Exactly. Well, Air Force One, I get priority. Yeah, says you.
Pretty much that describes FSX Team Edition in a on the multiplayer if you watch Air Force Ground.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, you could be like Trump's plane, but if you try to be Air Force One, my mic is still not close enough. Hey, every time I speak, the last part of it just gets.
Cut off.
There's a
Like-
trivia question for you.
What's the trivia question?
Why, when we make cabin announcements in the real world, that we go, before we make a PA?
Why do you say before you make a PA, or?
Yep.
I do not know why. What?
There's some sort of blackout or something that has to hear that to set the volume in the cabin. So that's why I always go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, interesting.
Because you just come in with ladies and gentlemen, you're going to cut out the ladies part.
Right. Gentlemen, there are no ladies on this flight.
You know, it's pretty much just one gender flight.
That's right.
Just using one. Alright, anyhow, so aside from that, I'm pretty much still set. Yeah, I forgot, I need to set OBS for that, but
I'm assuming you're flying off the DME?
Yeah.
Or we're pretty much visual.
Exactly. I've had the airport in sight the whole time, so I've got it tuned up just in case. But
station when they hear that.
That's just-
OMG, so
oh, okay. I thought you meant the warning horn. It was like this is the autopilot disconnect. That's all that is.
yeah, the news station would just be like, honestly, I can't count it. But yeah, for anybody who has a connecting flight out of Stockholm, well, let's just say all your connecting flights.
All connecting flights are what?
All the connecting flights already left, so if you're taking a connecting flight to Dublin, well, they already left. The Moose left a little bit late compared to what they were leaving.
No.
What's the outside air temp?
It is 7 degrees.
Okay, we don't have visual moisture, so you're good with the anti-ice.
Yeah.
Nicholas starting to speak their English.
And you're doing a flaps 30 tonight?
Correct.
Alright, so Nicholas essentially just said this, like, must thou want to find that interesting fact about me?
Is he speaking Old English? Shakespearean English?
Yes, Shakespearean.
Right.
I just tend to
And
ignore
then
it.
bonjour, yes,
It's
because
probably-
now we're in French.
Probably the wisest thing. We're not in France, we're in Sweden. If you can come up with some Swedish, you know, then impressive, sir. But,
Time for the Muppets.
that's right. Near get British airport.
Well done, sir.
It's one of
Or
my.
that's going to be embarrassing if
We
it's
go-
the best thing
we
in
go
the
already go
country.
to-
Yeah, right.
Do you already go to Oslo, Norway? Like, did you already go to Norway?
I haven't been to Norway yet. No.
Oh, you should head there.
Yeah, I am. We are going to be going to Norway. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Turn it off and be done.
You don't have a turboprop commuter aircraft, do you?
I do. I've got a the J41. the PMDG J41.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one, it's fun to fly when you don't burn your engines up.
Well, I was thinking of, we were talking about that Icelandic video where they're going into the fjords.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be,
one.
yeah, be a good one to do some little hopping around.
Yeah, you're on speed. Pretty approach lights.
What was that?
The pretty approach lights.
Oh.
Well, I heard something about like the hold on. I feel like this one is
There we go.
get on the ground.
We are on the ground.
About time to get my FA announcement ready now. Get my flight attendant announcement ready so that way everybody doesn't try to get up and steal all their bags right away.
Yeah, I was still thinking about the Dusseldorf flyby. I was just wondering where the missed approach point.
Okay, I just saw
is
the
on
landing, so
Yeah, do you know what runway they were attempting to land on originally? On that one?
Don't know. I have to look at the video and then get an airport diagram.
Yeah.
alright, can I do my announcement with that PA sound?
Sure. You want to give you the PA sound? You got it. Go.
Oh, that
Give me a
is so
second or two to
sad.
figure that out.
Oh, that was
Alright.
fantastic. Okay, hang on a second.
Alright,
Let me get off the
alright,
runway
let me
before.
start over, let me
You
start
want?
over.
Okay, hang on. Let me get off the runway here, and then we'll do
I
that.
think I know why Air Berlin is bankrupt.
Yeah, right. Way
Yeah,
way to
I
send
think you had
off the
wrong
flight there.
attendant today. I think I bid the wrong flight today.
I think so. Get the strobes off here.
Okie dokie.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Well done. Local time is dark. Right? And now the Swedish translation.
For the hearing impaired.
Sorry, I don't speak Swedish.
By the way, SFL Fishing Fresh and Saltwater, thank you for subscribing. Welcome aboard, sir. Oh, right, that was hilarious. We are going to gate 5, so let me call that up here so they can get going with that. Gate 5. No, I don't need to follow me. And give me that. We'll use Scandinavian services today. Come on. There we go.
Alright, Baxter just figured out the reason why we're bankrupt. Yep.
Now we know why.
Figured it out.
That's right. That's right.
Well, 2 reasons. Low pass and boring FAs.
All I heard was the beep. That's funny.
I think the beep the beep took out my voice.
It probably overpowered you, yeah.
Yeah, I just
In fact, actually, that's a good point. I wonder if the TeamSpeak capture even goes when I'm doing that. I wonder if that kills it. Andrew QI just subscribed. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Die of old age on this taxi.
Yeah, well, it could be worse. We could be in the Skipple.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so now time to go through the cabin and make sure nobody's getting up and stealing their bags right away.
Did you say stealing their bags?
AKA opening the overhead bin forcibly, taking their bag and just running out of the plane.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hope they're not doing that. Couldn't hear the guy.
Shoots.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, so apparently your cabin, we'll have to, I guess the cabin announcement doesn't come through with TeamSpeak at the same time, so Unfortunately, it was just a beep, which is
Be interesting to
appropriate.
see. It's gonna be interesting to see how much eBay Air Berlin stuff gets.
Oh, that's true. That'd be funny.
Alright, so...
Alright, so we should be going past here. Hey, at least the taxiway is correct. It is X-ray this time, unlike in Frankfurt, where they renamed all the taxiways on me.
I had my phone here when I was doing the announcement, but I botched the name, and that was the first part I screwed. I had to take down the live chat and just go back to the...
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you'd have to.
When he does it like ABBA, I'll be impressed. God, I haven't been to Stockholm in years.
Neither have I. Of course, I've never been, so it's been
Yeah, I think
all my years.
We're dropping it, come to think of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I have to look.
Huh.
Oh!
Alright, when
Guess what
the
I got?
engine's shut down, I'll do my announcement as well. Make sure to...
What are you saying, Tim?
Guess what I got?
What'd you get?
I got tickets for the last 747 from Incheon to Detroit.
Oh, that's cool.
I have that on virtual X-Pin 11.
Well,
I could just load the max.
It's not quite the same.
747 anytime and just fly that thing.
Not quite the same, but okay.
Yeah, then
So
again,
when is that?
At least you get to relive.
Mid-December, 12, 14, 12, 15.
Okay. Fun.
Go over to Rocket Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Go visit good old Kim Jong. Kim Jong
Well,
crazy.
that's gonna tick me off if they cancel that.
That's true. That would be annoying. Alright, there's our gate. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I like how everybody's yakking about it. Was the last 747 flight at the end of the month? I'm like, no, that's the last United 747 flight.
Yeah. Just United.
I think we were launched for the 74400.
Oh, really? Delta or Northwest?
Northwest.
I think you might have been.
And that's fine, Golden Shoe paint job.
It's true. I did like Northwest paint scheme. It was very nice.
I like Northwest Orient's. That was the original.
Actually, one thing Delta did have, like, you know that arrow on the tail? That's from Northwest. That's from Northwest.
Say what?
What now? Who?
You know the red arrow on Delta's tail?
No, that's the widget.
Yeah,
It's just facing Northwest.
Yeah.
That's
They had the
okay,
widget.
I'll stick to the...
Yeah, they had the widget
I'll stick to the bankrupt
before
announcement.
the merger.
Yeah, actually, we had Red Tails.
Yeah.
And there was a big controversy when they put the Northwest compass on the Red Tail. We're like, no.
A little farther.
Gun it.
There we go. Got it. Yeah.
So
Run him over.
When the seatbelt sign is off, let me do that little announcement where you could just run.
Okay, turn the brakes on. There we go. All right, seatbelt sign is off.
All right. Well, for the cabin, since the seatbelt sign is off, you may stand up or run across the cabin, get your bags, and leave us.
And leave us.
Well,
once the doors
you
are
have
open.
to wait for the door in the jetway.
Exactly. I mean, you can
Okay,
run around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Then everybody could trample the jet agent, the gateway agent. That's if.
Hey Moose, did I ever send you that story I wrote when I was flying the Packers? And I was heading back from Vegas?
No.
Oh, I gotta send you that one.
Alright. Engine's cut.
People standing in the aisle suddenly reminded me of that.
Hello, what did I miss?
Who is that? Who goes there?
That's me, Light 76.
Oh, hello, sir. Well, you've missed the rest of the flight now because we just landed. So, and some interesting comments on landing on the.
Yes, some announcements from me that I botched up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Down for the night.
So
yeah.
My bad.
Well, for the cabin, at least it didn't crash. That's a good part.
That is true.
Well, it's the tail stand, which is really good.
Yes. Okay, so now we can open the doors, so your people can actually leave.
And here comes the passengers running into the jetway.
Yeah, and whose fault is that?
Okay, trivia question.
The jetway agent.
Trivia question: Which of the pilots stands at the exit?
I would think the captain would.
Nope.
No, really?
Oh, pilot.
Pilot flying.
Oh, pilot. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So that way he gets criticized for any.
You got it.
Nice. Well played. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, what did Nicholas do now?
Are they not? What's going on here?
Very interesting.
Deboarding request. I don't hear anybody leaving the airplane. I'm not sure why. Oh, there it goes.
Cabin door. There.
They were waiting for the stairs to get hooked up. That's why. There they go.
Yeah, with that YouTube lag on the jetway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's all good to go.
All right. Well, I guess the 737 could get some rest. Yes,
exactly. So fuel pumps are off. Probe heat's off. Hydraulic panel is off. Excuse me. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Engine start levels are cut off. Weather radar is off because it's automatic.
Spoilers.
Spoilers are up. It's not on my checklist, but yeah, spoilers are up.
Actually, they're down.
Well, I'm sorry. You're right. Spoilers are
Coming to the gate with the spoilers up, not a good idea.
No, same thing with the flaps down.
If you do the entire checklist and then put the spoilers, then that's. I believe was an aircraft that came. There was some video where a 787, I think, came into the gate with the spoilers halfway up.
Halfway.
Not a good thing to do.
No, it's kind of.
You get a lot of special attention to do that.
Yeah, special attention.
No, I don't know. They came into the gate and when the light shined off on the wing, the spoilers were actually a little bit up. They weren't fully up when you're landing, like halfway down. I don't know.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, welcome to Stockholm. We have made it to Sweden. Good old Port, Sweden. So.
And expect Norway next.
Well, no, not necessarily Norway next. We might, but I haven't decided where I'm going next. We will do Norway before we leave Europe, for sure. But I don't know if I'm going to stay in Scandinavia for this jaunt or not. We'll see. But I'm going to stream tomorrow. That's the plan. Probably around 11 a.m. Pacific. So that's 2 p.m. Eastern and whatever that equals. What's about 6 or so Zulu? 6 p.m. Zulu?
6 p.m.
I know, right?
1800.
Thank you. My brain doesn't work. It's Friday night. What do you want from me?
Same.
I have a list.
I'll bet you have a list. All the thing Tim wants from me. Anyways, so thanks for coming along. I'm glad we had decent frames this time, so we should be back into full operation here now. We will fly tomorrow. That's the plan. And then we will do trucking with good frames finally on Thursday. I might even do some trucking on Sunday evening to make up for some of that nonsense if I've got time. So no promises on that, but I might do that just for funsies because of all this crap that went on. So
and enjoy your 1-star hotel that you're staying at.
1-star hotel? I'm not staying in a 1-star hotel. I stay at the best of the best.
This is Air Berlin we're talking about.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. I'm probably
save some money for the next flight.
That's true. I'm probably sleeping in the plane with the power off. So never mind. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Just turn off the battery and just turn it back on the next day.
Yeah.
The true meaning for Airbnb.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good one.
It's great having you back, Moose. You're worried about. about
Have
it.
a good night. Like and subscribe.
All right,
And
yeah,
glad to
please
see you
do.
back.
All right, thanks guys so much. We'll see you next time.